Here we have an example of also a classical example of opposition. This is the flip side of the coin of the previous video, and here we see how white can force a stalemate by opposing black's king. Now this particular situation is extremely precise. White has to be in a position to oppose black's king. If for example, it's black's turn right now, then white loses. So if it's white's turn, then white is able to oppose the black by moving into g1. So now white has direct opposition against black, and now no matter what black does, if white plays correctly, it'll be a draw. Because if black pushes, then as we've discussed in the previous video, if the pawn advances to the 7th rank with check, then white simply moves into the queening square, and now black can do nothing to win this game, because if black moves into behind the pawn, then it's stalemate, because white cannot move anywhere. And if black moves anywhere else, then black will lose the pawn. So this is going to be a stalemate. Now, I must caution you that here's what happens if white moves into e1. So here, white is still in opposition to black. This is called diagonal opposition, but it's not good. It's not good enough. Why? Because now black can force white to move even farther away from the queening square by moving into g2. Now, if you happen to be black at this point, then you must remember to move into g2 and not push the pawn, because if you push the pawn, then white is simply going to move back into f1, and now we have a stalemate again. So that's incorrect on black's part to push the pawn with check. Rather, what black should be doing here is king g2. That's correct. Why? Because now white is forced to move away even farther from the queening square, and then black will be able to push the pawn. So now white is far and away, too far to be able to protect from black queening. So here we have a win. So this is because white actually misplayed it, because white should have opposed black by moving into g1, not by moving into e1. So this is called a direct vertical opposition. If white would have taken the direct vertical opposition to black, then white would have had a drawn game.